Hi. So it's, let's see, 1:40-ish in the morning right now. And I don't know, I thought I'd take a break from screaming at theists for being, fact-denying fools and actually, I don't know, talk about something a little more sentimental, I guess. See, my mom sent me this. It's a booklet of old photos. A lot of them are of me as a baby, actually. Um, okay, for example, here's me with my face smeared with yogurt. It's kind of hard to see. How many of you know I straighten my hair? If I didn't do that, I'd probably look like a cross between the Peach and Weird Al Yankovic, frankly. So, yeah, I take a flat iron to my head fur. Um, I'm assuming I'm having a bath. I don't know, but I'm not a happy camper, clearly. Yeah. Well, here's a couple. This is one of my cats from when I was a kid. That's Rover. We also had one named Kitty. You don't ask a 2-year-old to name a cat, because all I did was point and go, Kitty, to identify her. And yeah, so I thought it was amusing when we got another cat to name him Rover. We got Rover after Popcorn died. We went on a trip, and when we got back, Kitty was wounded, and Popcorn was missing, and we never found her, so I can only assume she's dead. But yeah, here's another picture of Rover. I don't know if you can see that very well. But Rover was kind of a snarky, dour little kitty. I don't know. I liked him, but I don't know. He didn't live as long as Kitty. Kitty was awesome. She was vicious. She lasted like 18, 20 years. And seriously, we got her when I was 2. I must have been, 21, 22 when she died. She had a litter of kittens. She was a vicious hunter. I could tell you a story about a rabbit someday where she dragged it under my bed, but another time. This is me apparently dressed as like I don't know, some sort of princess or sorceress or something. I don't know. I'm holding a chopstick there. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see. What else do we have here? Where's another good one? Well, alright, here is my dad, apparently cradling me to sleep. Funny thing is, I still have that blanket. What is it? Yeah, right here. Right, it's got a little teddy bear in the middle of it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I love this thing. Someday, it seems unlikely I'll ever have a kid of my own, but someday, maybe, this will be their blanket. If not, I don't know, if I hit like 87 or some shit, and I don't have a munchkin of my own, I'll give it to a friend who's spawning or something, I don't know. That was my dad. You didn't see him very well. This is my mom, and she is way younger than I remember her. I do not remember her looking like that, ever. I mean, she obviously still kind of looks like that. I have a more contemporary picture of my parents I can show you. But she was, I don't remember her being that young. You didn't get a very good look at my dad. I'll show him to you real quick before I show you the picture of both my parents. That's apparently me in a raincoat of some kind. And oh look, I've got an email. My dad shaved off his beard in like 1980, 1981 or something, and he hasn't grown it back since. So I only barely remember him with the face fur. I don't know. Let me find that picture of my parents here real quick. Yeah. There we go. Let me take it out so it's not reflecting like that. But yeah, so you can see they're not quite as young there. It's funny, you wouldn't know I'm adopted. I mean, you look at the hair that I had, and it looks like they could have been my genetic parents in many ways. But as I understand it, there were two kids at the adoption agency and two sets of parents looking to adopt. And I get the impression that they looked at me and they looked at my parents and they looked at the other kid and they looked at the parents that he eventually went with. That's me also. And said, well, this one looks like those two, so she's going with them. Funny thing, I ended up meeting that kid years later. We just randomly met in high school and became friends, started hanging out with a lot of the same people. And the next thing I know, I don't know who made the connection, but somehow someone figured out that his parents were the parents who were there to adopt another kid when my parents were. So, I don't know. It's very strange. These are some relatives. We have Michelle, and that's Christy, and that's Valerie. Then we've got Adam over there, and behind them all is Bruce, Uncle Bruce. It's my dad's sister and her family. So yeah. Oh man, I don't know if that's Christy or Valerie. The thing is, Christy and Valerie look so much alike. Now, I think this is Valerie, but it might be Christy. It's so hard to tell. Pretty sure that's actually Valerie. I could be wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Gosh, I think I've got a picture of Giftmas here. Some of these pictures, they're like, there's some that are dated 1978, if you can believe that. So, I don't know. Got other relatives here. Okay, this one is really hard to see because it's all washed out, but I've talked about the girl I moved to Seattle for. That is Kylie. Like I said, it's washed out. It's really hard to see her, but let's see if I can adjust that so it's more visible. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so, that is pretty much that. I don't know. Let's see. Well, I've got a couple of other really good ones here. A couple of me of me as a baby. Like there's this one. Oh, yeah. So, who knew I could get all schmoopy about stuff, right? Most of you, if you see my online persona, you probably get a very different impression of who I am. But there's me again. You see, once again, it's the baby blanket. Man, this thing is in really good shape for how long it's been. There's some paint on it. My dad did a lot of construction. He started out as a carpenter, got into energy conservation later, but yeah, so there were a lot of times when, things were in danger of having paint sprinkled on them and worse, I don't know, but yeah, so that was a trip down memory lane for me. It made me all sentimental, which I don't usually get. Made me want to hug Howie, So, anyway, good old Howie. Yeah, so thought I'd take a break from the pwnage and the screaming and the oh my god, these people are idiots, and talk about, something else. Besides, it is now, let's see, almost 10 of 2 in the morning, and I'm not very sleepy, so I figured, what the hell, right? Anyway, until next time, fellow space travelers.